Hi, we're Stan and Jana. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Twin Flames Traveling Within. Today we have a new video and a new topic for you. So Jana, maybe you want to enlighten the topic?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about how you can reveal for yourself whether the person in front of you is your true twin flame. Right? It's an important question. I think, yeah, you will go around this one maybe even several times. And probably it's consistently a revealing of your twin flame, right? That is happening once you really truly commit to being with your one true love. You will see that if it really is your true twin flame, right, that one person will reveal him or herself to you over and over as your twin flame, right? It will be undeniable. So, yeah, so let's talk about this. How can you help yourself, basically, right, to figure out whether somebody is the one person, right? Your twin flame is really your one person you're designed to be with. It's the person who already loves you in their heart and soul. They cannot help but love you, and you do the same for them. And you are designed absolutely naturally to be with one another. Um, all what can stand in between you two is basically your own blocks and resistance, right? Your own misaligned beliefs, feelings about yourself, or about each other, or about relationships, right? So the block is not outside of you. First of all, the block is always within you because you're the only one who can block your good. And part of your good, part of what's for you is your twin flame. So anyone out there who wants to know about twin flames, please do know you are very much meant to be with your twin flame. It's absolutely meant, right? It's also meant in this lifetime. It's meant right now. There is no such thing as separation, but you do want to acknowledge where you currently are in your twin flame journey and start working through those blocks and upsets, because just like you, we also have blocks and upsets, and it wasn't looking always like that. In truth, yes, in divine truth, we were always together, but we only then manifested to come into each other's life in physical experience once we started really fervently, as diligently, do the inner healing work, and when we resolve those fears and upsets.
Mhm.
So let us start with the first tip that you can give to people. How can they reveal that twin flame?
So the first tip is to get to know who you are,
Hmm.
to know what you stand for, to know who you are as a soul, as a being, how the
Hmm.
divine created you, what you like, what you don't like,
Hmm.
um, your character traits, your core
Hmm.
values, um, like how you literally want to live your life here on earth so that it feels heaven for you.
Hmm.
And
And why is that important?
why that is important is because if you know 100% who you are,
Hmm.
and it might take a while,
Can you make an example? I think that will help people.
so like an example is, for instance, like you love nature, you
Hmm.
love animals, like
Hmm.
you would love to do something with animals,
Hmm.
you will like you're great in
Hmm.
like dealing with animals, so your
Hmm.
dream would be like to become a farmer. I'm not just saying something. So um, then don't try to put yourself into
Hmm.
like the middle of a big city, into a skyscraper where you have a small office and just like all the
Hmm.
time look over honking cars and like millions of people, while actually your true self
Hmm.
desires to be
Hmm.
on a farm or in
Hmm.
nature or with animals or
Hmm.
like be a farmer.
Hmm.
So that's like a perfect example of
Hmm.
like what not to do
Hmm.
and what to do.
And
Like
what is to do?
you feel that in your heart, you feel that in your soul. Like what
Mm,
do you prefer? What do you love to do all the time? Ask yourself, if
mm,
I have billions on my bank account right now,
Mm.
What is the one thing that my soul is calling me to do? What is the one thing that I really love to do and I never get tired of that?
Yeah, I think what's important is that you release all conditioning that you got, all voices of the outside world, or what you think you shall do or shall be, right? And really be very honest with yourself. I think also a journal could help you there, or writing things down and really, yeah, being honest, right? If you let all fears go, if you let all conditioning go, and just listen to your heart and soul, right? Because your soul, right, because twin flame union is soul union. So the key really is not really to listen to your mind, but really to your heart and soul.
So another tip, like Johanna already mentioned, like to write it down in bullet points. Like, who are you? What do you love? What like what is it that you don't like? What is it that you like? What is it what you don't like? Then get very clear. Look over the likes and ask yourself, like, is this me? Like, does this feel like resonating with my soul? Does this feel like this is my true self and this is how I truly want to live?
Yeah, what's important there is that you as well get clear very much on your values, right? Because of course, in a twin flame dynamic, one of you is the divine feminine, one the divine masculine, and so there will be natural of you. You know, you're not carbon copies, so there will be, a little difference in what you, but at the core it's the same, right? And you have a shared purpose. You have
So
a
what do you
shared.
mean with that? Can you give an example? Like what? Like you mentioned now, like the feminine and the masculine, right? So I set the example.
It's
being a
complementary.
farmer. So
Yeah,
like,
for example,
what would that be for you as a
no,
feminine?
for example, even in that farmer example, maybe you love working with animals, but maybe for your counterpart, it's working with plants. I'm now saying something, or something, that can combine itself. It doesn't mean you have the same expertise. At the core, you will have the same love and the same drive and purpose, right? If you have that, if that's your design and your purpose to do that, you will have the same motivation, the same feeling within to do this, or to make the world. At the core, twin flames are here to make the world a better place. So yeah, maybe for your twin flame it might be love for plants, or love also for animals, but maybe in a different way. So it's not, you cannot, it needs to look exactly, it's not, right? So, but you're meant to express both your gift and work together for your shared life purpose. And life purpose is very essential when it comes to twin flames. And what you also want to get clear is on your values. What do you value? Like you said, for example, when you value nature, animals, what else do you value, right? How shall your life look like? What's your code of conduct basically in your own life? What are your values, your morals that you live by? What is an absolute yes, an absolute no-go for yourself? What's definitely not, that's also something that they say in the book, Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia. We highly recommend that book. It's very essential, and there's also a huge chapter about how to reveal your twin flame. And there it's also said that you need to get to know yourself on a very deep level. And also, even if it helps you say things that you don't want, because sometimes that what you don't want, then you can get clear on what you do want. And so, these things are very essential for identifying your twin flame. But another thing that's also essential that can help you reveal your twin flame is, do they make the same core choices as you? What we mean by that is also, again, when you make a core choice, for example, you choose love or healing, right? Or you choose to release a certain pattern that you have in your life, you will see that if you really heal this and heal this, like your twin flame will follow along there, and you will also heal this.
Mhm.
and be at the same place with you there.
Yeah.
Right? Because you always move as one, but you need to make sure on your end that you really choose something and move in that direction, right? Your choice alone is good, but it's not all, right? It's not done unless you also implement that choice in your life and follow through with it. And then you will see, and it can be very evident at one point in your life where you might think, I know, for example, choose and have healed maybe da 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 da. And then you look at the person who you think is your twin flame and they're not anywhere close to that, right? They are even, you feel like even further away from where you have been maybe weeks or months ago, right? Before you started healing or before you started shifting something in your life.
So, like, what Johanna means with this
Mhm.
is also it becomes very obvious when you
Yeah.
look at the person like where you're together with or who you think is your twin flame, and with that like example of being a farmer, right? Like she said, like your twin flame will then probably fit like a glove with um, like flowers, right, or gardening, but your twin flame will not only fit like a glove in that vision, it will also fit like a glove in all areas
Yeah.
of your life.
Mhm.
And what the difference between your twin flame and a soulmate is, maybe with a soulmate you have one or two things
Where you
where
connect
you
over.
connect.
Yeah.
And then like when you, for instance,
Go
would go
deeper.
to dinner or so together with that soulmate, and you would have a conversation about
You cannot
your
talk about
passions and
certain things.
desires and certain areas of your life where you like to improve. You might like have different visions. Like that person, that man or that woman would say like, I don't agree with you here, like this is that. So with your twin flame, you would instantly say, well, that's a good idea, like maybe. And then like she or he has another thing and has like the same vision, and it fits like a glove, and it's in all areas of your life. So your twin flame is literally your perfect partner, your perfect complement.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important that you first learn to get to know yourself, who you are, that you know your core values, that you know your visions in life. And it's important to write those things down. So
Yeah, and that you know, because with your twin flame, you can go infinitely deep. It will also feel very safe to talk with them. One also sign, you know, how you can reveal your twin flame if you feel like you can read in them. You can feel like you know them, right? The knowing of them. Then also, you know, it's just a deep feeling, I think, or feeling familiarity. I think definitely that can also, you know, is one of the signs, or, you know, feeling like home. But you feel like with them you can share those things, and maybe with another person you never could share those things, right? And you found that your twin flame, who you think that the person that I'm speaking about, right, showed you that with them you can talk about those things. They even understand you, right? Like no one else. And that's a very big sign. For example, if you honestly feel like there is a person in my life who I understand and who understands me, like no one ever did, you know, or where you feel like this is okay, or I can be my, you know, I can be my full authentic self. Or even where you feel like your inner child can come out, or, you know, your most innocent part, and you feel completely safe. That's a huge indicator, right? If you feel like you can finally relax or just be you and yeah, and enjoy yourself and each other's company with one another. And another sign, definitely, how you can reveal whether somebody is your twin flame is, for example, if it can feel intense at times. It definitely can feel intense at times, right? It's said by twin flames that you amplify each other's energy, you amplify whatever is going on within you. So if you, for example, feel upset, triggered, irritated today, I'm now saying something, you are working on your farm, let's stay at that example, then maybe once you're close together, it can feel even more irritating, you know? because it just comes more to the surface, what already is there. So then maybe it can feel really intense. Maybe you all of a sudden feel maybe immense love for one another, and then all of a sudden you can feel that immense that's upset or trigger, right? Where you what happened?
Yeah, and you're always working through the same thing at the same time. You share one consciousness with your twin flame. So
yeah, I think these are all great signs, and definitely know, right? Just one more thought about this. It has nothing to do with looks. Nothing. It's will, you reveal your twin flame by your heart and soul. And that's why also they recommend Jeff and Shalia in that book, for example, to write all the qualities down that your person in your heart has, right? And also how you are, what we said, what you want to stand for and live by and where you want to go, right? Whereas your vision, your purpose, but also that you trust whoever you have in your heart, right? Whatever you feel the person in your heart, how that person is, write those qualities down, right? And what you can do, and what we want to give you as an extra tip here, is that you start embodying all those things, right? That your twin flame has or where you're meant to be, right? These are very powerful ways on how you can speed up your twin flame journey if you move towards whom you're meant to become and who you're meant to be, right? Or what you're meant to be doing in your life purpose. Definitely both San and I would love to support you there, to help you reveal your twin flame, to help you manifest and attract your twin flame, to become that person that you're meant to become, and that you live life, right? And so that you feel ready to be with your twin flame, because again, only your fears, only your own creation, your own upsets, right, that you self-created, can stand in between you and your twin flame. So if you're done with your current situation and you would love our help, it's our greatest pleasure to help you.
So if you claim your harmonious twin flame union, like of course what we explained today, like is just the start. It's like it's good to attract your twin flame or to learn like who you are, and
but it's a journey.
But
you need to walk it.
You need to attract your twin flame, and like Johanna said, like there are going to be upsets, blocks, wounds that you need to heal, and we can help you like through all of these things. So if you like feel committed to attract your twin flame, you want to know how to achieve your harmonious twin flame,
and also become your best version of yourself,
and become the best version of yourself,
live a fulfilled life,
then comment down below, I am ready, and we will get in contact with you with further details.
And also you can find our website below. So please feel free to click on it, check it out, and we hope to see you in our next one. Take care. Bye.